Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, my beautiful people. Thank you so much for joining me on this live chat. I'm just going to put my screen over here so I can see if you're on as we do this live stream. Beautiful, wonderful. Thank you so much for joining me for this live chat. I'm your host, Portia Malcolm. I'm so excited to have you here today. I hope you're all doing well wherever you are tuning in from. On this channel, I create content that informs, inspires, and motivates you to live your best life. Together, we'll overcome fears and anxiety, explore personal travel destinations, share practical travel tips and updates, and highlight incredible businesses, organizations, and events. I also offer encouragement and bring you closer to nature through serenity music that soothes the soul. To my regular viewers, thank you for always supporting me and watching my videos to the end. It means the world. If you have been enjoying my content but haven't subscribed yet, please consider supporting me by hitting that subscribe button and giving this video a thumbs up. And to my new viewers, welcome. You're not here by chance. You were meant to be here, and I'm so glad you joined us today. Today's live chat, I am doing it on a Sunday. I'm going to do a poll to see what time is best for you. But I've gotten a feedback that Sunday would be a best time to do my travel tips and updates. And the title for tonight's travel tip is 7 Essential Travel Tips and Los Angeles Wildfire Update. Today, we are diving into that essential topic. Yes, as I said, staying safe while traveling. With everything happening around the world, including the recent wildfires in Los Angeles, it's so important to prioritize our safety and be prepared for unexpected challenges. Be sure to grab a pen and paper or your phone or tablet to jot down these tips. And as always, feel free to drop your questions or thoughts in the chat. I love to hear from you. Do you have any travel tips of your own? Please let me know in the chat. Before we jump into the travel tips, let's take a moment to talk about the current situation in Los Angeles. As of today, January the 12th, 2025, Los Angeles, California, is facing multiple devastating wildfires. These fires have already claimed at least 10 lives, report says 16 lives, and over 100,000 residents are under evacuation orders. Palisades fire alone has destroyed over 40,000 acres have been destroyed in total, including homes, thousands of homes, right? And I think Palisades, about 23,000 acres have already been destroyed. That's a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. So the report that I'm getting out of the California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection, CAL FIRE, they're saying total emergency responses are 19,300, wildfires 105, acres burned 40,300, fatalities, preliminary pending coroner confirmation 10, structures destroyed, that's like damage assessments and underway for Palisades and Eaton fires, 12,300 plus. Firefighters are working tirelessly to contain the blazes, but strong winds and dry conditions, and you know, California is really dry, are making their job incredibly difficult For anyone in the area, I urge you to follow evacuation orders immediately and stay updated through official sources like California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection, as I said, CALS Fire in short, abbreviated. Let's also keep those affected in our thoughts and prayers, and if possible, support relief efforts through donations. They are not asking persons to volunteer right now, as there's a social media news going around that they're looking for volunteers. They have their strategic people or organizations that are helping. So please bear that in mind. Over 15,000. But if volunteering is required, if they need it, please do give it, right? Over 15,000 firefighting personnel, including support from other states, and even Canada and Mexico are engaged in battling the fires. What are neighbors for, eh? The California National Guard has been deployed, and military personnel are on standby to assist. And I know even ADRA and other organizations under the Seventh-day Adventist body has been assisting as well. Now, with this in mind, let's talk about how to stay safe while traveling, no matter where you are or where you're headed. These 7 essential tips are important to keep you safe wherever you are traveling. 2, tip number 1, research before you go. Before you pack your bags, do your homework. I just want to, before we continue, I just want to ask you this question to get the chat going. To get the chat going. What's your top travel priority? Is it 1, safety? Is it 2, convenience? Is it 3, exploring local culture? Or is it 4, eco-friendly travel? Put it in the chat and let me know what's your top travel priorities. So we're going to dive into the 7 tips for essential travel to keep you safe. 1, research before you go. As I said, before you pack your bags, do your homework. Check local news and weather updates for your destination. For instance, if you're traveling to California right now, it's crucial to know which areas are affected by wildfires and which routes are safe. Apps like Google Maps and Waze often show real-time road closures and traffic updates. And travelers have been using these apps and even locals. I use them myself. Tip number 2, pack smart. Always pack a basic emergency kit. This you can make your own. I've made my own, emergency kit. Make your own little emergency kit. This should include a first aid kit, a flashlight, a power bank, and essential documents like your ID and insurance information. ID identification would include like your passport, your driver's license, your health card is important, and any of those things. If you're traveling to areas like wildfire risk areas, pack a N95 mask to protect yourself from smoke inhalation. All right. Sometimes it's not the fire that kills, it's the smoke that kills. So please bear that in mind. Tip number 3, prioritize health and safety. Air quality can change quickly during wildfires or other natural events. If you're in an affected area, limit outdoor activities and stay indoors as possible. Bring medication, stay hydrated, and avoid overexerting yourself. But as I said, if the evacuation call is in order, don't wait. Get your essential things, get your documents, get your emergency kit and extra clothing, things to keep you warm, a jacket, a coat, whatever to keep you warm, or water to keep you hydrated. Those essential things, right? As I said, if you're traveling, you want to make sure, and the emergency comes up, you want to make sure that you're prepared, right? Tip number 4, stay connected. Keep your phone charged and share your itinerary with someone you trust. Use apps like Red Cross, Emergency, or FEMA to receive real time alerts. And don't forget to save local emergency numbers in your phone. These things will help for you to stay connected, to know what's going on, to know if things have changed. For example, the fire was going in one direction, but it has spread to another direction. So you need to keep these local contacts and these emergency contacts apps so that you can know what's going on and how to move, how to prepare yourself. Tip number 5, respect. Welcome. Thank you for joining me. I'm doing a quick live update on the wildfire and also 7 tips to keep you safe. So thanks for joining. Tip number 5, respect local communities. If you're traveling near disaster hit areas, be mindful of the challenges local residents are facing. Avoid overcrowded zones and consider supporting local businesses that might be struggling, right? These are things that you can be mindful of in assisting to not make things worse in terms of your input in the situation. Tip number 6, always have a backup plan. This is very important. Things don't always go the way that we want it to, but when you have a backup plan, it assists you in navigating these challenges. Travel can be unpredictable, especially in times of crisis, and that's true. And also, people panic in crisis, right? But you don't want to panic because you have already prepared by using these tips that I'm sharing. Make sure you have alternative routes, accommodations, and even transportation options. If your primary plan falls through, you'll thank yourself for being prepared. It's important. All right. I remember a friend of mine said that they were traveling from the airport and the route that they were on was like it wasn't safe and they had to take a different route to get home. So it's so important that we know the various routes in where we are going and where we live. Know the different ways of getting home or of getting to another location or to safety. And tip number 7, yes, we're at tip number 7, be a conscious traveler. Last but not least, travel with empathy and awareness. Awareness is really important. And empathy, in situations like these, we want persons to be concerned. Avoid littering, reduce your environmental footprint, and leave a positive impact wherever you go. Simple actions can make a big difference. Don't add to the problem, don't add to the situation, but make that difference. Okay? So be a conscious traveler. of all these. Hi, how are you? And this is my friend. Hi, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you so much for stopping by. So I have been talking about 7 tips to help us to be safe. It's like a really quick one this evening, but they're really essential, especially as a traveler. And I've also given some updates on the Los Angeles wildfire, and it's a real serious thing that is going on, and they need our prayers, and our heart goes out to all those who have been affected. Okay. All right. Thank you though for joining. I appreciate it. We can chit chat. The question that I ask is, what's your top travel priority? Is it one, safety? Is it two, or replay? Yes. Yes, I understand. Yes. So, what's your top travel priority? Is it safety? Is it convenience? Is it exploring local culture? Or is it eco-friendly travel? So I'm just going to top it off, and then we can chit chat as we move on further. Safety. Um, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about safety? How do you feel about, what do you do for safety? Do you carry a safety kit? Always carry one, sometimes carry one, never carry one. You do safety kit. That's one of our safety tips. Do you always carry a first aid kit on your trip? You can let me know in the chat. So I have one more, and then we can, well, that's it, a conscious traveler, tip number 7. So that's basically the tips that I had. Okay, but that's still travel. That is still travel. When you travel in your state, and it's still travel. You're getting from one destination to another. So that's still something to think about, to think about as well. Okay, let me ask you, do you have any travel tips of your own? You can let me know. We can talk about that one. So to go over in terms of the topics, so tip number 1, research before you go. Research the place. Tip number 2, pack smart. And this is where the emergency kit comes in. Make sure you have your IDs with you, any insurance document, any documents that you know are important you have with you. Tip number 3, prioritize health and safety, right? Health and safety. And then tip number 4, stay connected. Make sure you know what's going on, the news, you have the app, like for example, FEMA and Red Cross, the local, emergency places, you have those as well. And all tip number 5 rather, respect local communities, right? That don't overcrowd, don't litter, just be mindful of the different things and try to support small businesses. I carry a screwdriver on my seat. Seriously. Okay. I got you. But a screwdriver can do many things, right? It can help to um, take off your flat tire. Yes, a screwdriver can use as a protection. So I got you. A screwdriver is is one of those emergency tools that you can use to keep you safe, you know, and I do get it 100% right. And it can help to do other things. It can help to take off, like, you have your soda pop and you just use it and screwdriver. Yeah, it can use to do many things. That's a good one, though. Thank you for that, sharing that. I appreciate it. And then we have tip number 6, always have a backup plan. Know the different routes. So when you go on Waze, for example, it's an app, a app that when you're traveling on the road, it tells you, you put in the destination where you want to go, and it shows you the different routes. You see a map, and you know exactly where you're going, and different turn off and stuff like that. So it's good to know different routes, different accommodations, and different modes of transportation that you can use to get to your destination, not just one way, right? And tip number 7, be a conscious traveler, be aware and show empathy. Don't litter, don't um, add to the problem, but make a difference. And that's tip number 7. So these are the things that can help to keep you safe wherever, whenever. It doesn't have to be in the winter, it doesn't have to be with what's going on now in Los Angeles. It just means overall these things will help you to keep safe once you travel from one point to another, right? um Do you have any questions as to how to stay safe while traveling? Everyone should know how to read a map. Yes, that's good. Yes, because the map will show you the different routes. Very important. I agree. It shows you the different roads, the name of the streets, and all of that. For example, you're in emergency. Say you're in the at Palisades, and you want to get out of there. They tell you the route, but you really don't know. When you go on the Waze and you put in, you will see that along with other roads comes up, and you say, oh, but if the fire is right here, then I need to take the other road. So by using that map, knowing the other roads, you're able to navigate where the fire is. So it's really important to know how to read a map. Yes, CC 1234. And I implore persons who are watching, yes, the GPS could go down. Yes, that's true. So I always have a map on my wall. I have a map of Ontario. Yes, I literally have a map, a road map. It's good to really have a road map to know where you're going. That's something that we used to have because GPS wasn't so prevalent, but the road map, persons used to use that as their way of finding where they need to go if they don't know, because the road map shows you all the roads, all the dead ends, and all these things. That's so true. That's so true. Thanks for those input. I appreciate that. So I ask persons to support CC 1234. I have been supporting CC 1234, and I ask you to do the same. Thank you so much for being a part, right? And I have some questions. I have about 2 more. Which travel tip resonates with you the most so far? Is it pack smart, research before you go, plan for the unexpected? What really resonates with you in terms of the tips that we discuss? And I can just go over that. We have tip 1, research before you go. Tip 2, pack smart. Tip 3, prioritize health and safety. Tip 4, stay connected. Tip 5, respect local communities, research. Tip 6, always have a backup plan. Tip 7, be a conscious traveler. So you have chosen the research part of it, the first thing, research before you go. Yes, um, there's a there's a situation in a particular country where this young man went to that country and did something that they don't normally do, and because of that he was arrested. It's normal in his country to do it, but in that country that he traveled to, it wasn't a part of their practice, and he was arrested for it. So it's good to research the country that you're going to. And with, for example, what's going on in California, say somebody from Europe planning to take a trip to California, by researching, they would, yes, it's all over the headlines, all over the internet and all of that, but say that they didn't know, like they weren't into social media like we are. By researching it, they would have seen all these things coming up, all these news report coming up that there is a wildfire or there are wildfires in California. So they know where in California and they know where they can go, all right, where is safe, or if they need to postpone this trip or go to another destination. So it's really important. I remember a friend, I would say, all right, I don't remember all the details for that one, so I just leave that one out. But yes, research is good. Let me see which one I would really go. I believe in the emergency kit, right? And to have a backup plan, an emergency kit on you, because as you said, you have your screwdriver. That's an emergency kit that you use to help protect yourself in various ways. It's useful, right? So have pack a emergency kit would be number pack smart. So I believe packing smart, having the essential things that you need, not overloaded. Once you're traveling, it depends too on another good one. It depends, yes, it depends too on where you are going. So if I'm going to Jamaica, my family is in Jamaica, there are certain things that I'm not going to pack. And yeah, I can overpack. I can really pack because I'm packing stuff for them. But say that I'm going somewhere that is new, I don't want to overpack. I really don't want to, because I may have to really move fast and to have all these things trailing me and all that. Even with the wildfire, you know, it's so important to really have essentials. For example, your first aid kit, your flashlight, your power bank, your documents and insurance. Even the photocopy of it is so important, because yes, you need to have those information so you can probably get them back or be able to do any transactions and stuff. So it's good to have those. But what I'm saying, it's good to have them ready and put down. So in case of emergency, like what happened with the wildfire, they can grab it easily, because you hear report that people just left with the clothes on their backs. They weren't prepared for this. So they weren't, and because it's an emergency, they just, you know, leave. But if they had a kit, an emergency kit put down, like for example, persons who are ready to have a baby, they know that the time is coming near. They always pack their bags and leave, because the water can break at any time and they have to go to the hospital. So it's the same thing to have that emergency bag or kit or whatever it is put aside, that you can, and also to know, as I talk about that, to know where all your essential documents are and have them in one place. As I said, you can photocopy, and also to email yourself important documents. Don't just have them at home, but email them to yourself so that you have the digital format as well. Anywhere you go, even if your phone gets mixed up, you have them via your email so you can always access them from other locations, you know? So that's something to think about. And the next thing that we can think about CC 1234 is that the next question, you said that you only travel in your state, so it wouldn't really apply, but I'm going to say it anyway. Where are you planning to travel next? And I have international adventure, nature escape, city trip, staying local. So is it staying local for you? And if local, what are that? What are the local places that you can visit? If there's even one place, that you like to visit, or you visit once in a while, what type of place is that? You don't have to give the name of the place, but what type of a place um, is that really that you would normally, escape to, or you go, or you visit regularly, or you just visit once in a while? I would love to hear, what place that is. All right. So that's what I had because of what's going on. I wanted to focus on safety, right? So, in closing, I want to thank you, CC 1234, and all those who have joined me, and all those who will join after for the replay. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope these tips and updates help you stay safe and prepared no matter where you travel to. Let's keep the people of Los Angeles in our heart or per zoos across the state. Oh, interesting. Yeah, so you get to see different animals. So, what I would say, make sure you take your footage. Make sure you take your clips of the different animals if it's allowed, you know? So, you have that as a little, you can even post it on your channel and you have that as a little history, you know? That's so interesting. If you look at the different zoos, you can say that this zoo, you can do even a little series, just some ideas. Yeah, you can do. That's interesting. I like that. Yes. So let's keep those persons in Los Angeles who have been affected, and the persons have been affected in the Eaton Palisades, Kennett, Sunset areas, and so many other areas. Yes. Yes. Consider it. That would be a nice a series. And you just, do one after the other. Yes. So my heart goes out to those persons. Be safe. Don't take it for granted. If the order comes to evacuate, please take it seriously, act upon it, gather your documents, gather essential things, and move. Do not wait until it comes near. It will be even more challenging and difficult. And even in any situation, any time that we travel and there's emergency, there's evacuations and all of that, don't wait till the last minute because it can be a matter of life and death. All right. If you found this live helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. And remember, night. Yes, good night and be safe. Remember, travel is an adventure, but safety always comes first. Stay safe, stay kind, and I'll see you in the next live. Bye for now. Stay safe. and stay kind. Bye bye. Take care. Nice to have you. Bye bye. All right. Night, night.